Welcome to our YouTube channel, where we delve into the transformative power of gratitude and faith. Today, we're exploring the profound practice of thanking God in advance for the blessings He's preparing for us. It's a concept deeply rooted in faith and positivity, where we shift our mindset to anticipate the goodness that lies ahead, trusting in God's plan for our lives. Gratitude is a powerful force that can transform our lives in remarkable ways. When we express gratitude to God in advance, we're not only acknowledging His presence in our lives, but also demonstrating our trust in His divine timing and plan. It's about embracing an attitude of expectancy, believing that blessings are on their way even before we see them materialize. By thanking God in advance, we're aligning our hearts and minds with His will. We're acknowledging His sovereignty and surrendering to His wisdom and timing. This act of faith strengthens our relationship with God, deepening our trust in His provision and care for us. When we thank God in advance, we're cultivating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Instead of focusing on what we lack or what hasn't happened yet, we choose to dwell on the goodness that is already present and the blessings that are on their way. This shift in perspective empowers us to live with joy and optimism, even in the face of challenges. Thanking God in advance is an act of faith that transcends circumstances. It's a declaration of confidence in God's faithfulness and His promises to us. As we express gratitude for the blessings that are yet to come, we're sowing seeds of hope and expectation that will bear fruit in due time. Moreover, thanking God in advance is a form of spiritual preparation. It's a way of readying our hearts to receive the abundance that God desires to pour out upon us. When we approach life with a grateful attitude, we create space for blessings to flow into our lives unimpeded by doubt or negativity. It's important to note that thanking God in advance doesn't mean we're entitled to blessings or that we can manipulate God with our gratitude. Rather, it's a posture of humility and trust, acknowledging that every good and perfect gift comes from Him. We're simply aligning ourselves with His will and opening our hearts to receive His blessings with gratitude. In times of waiting or uncertainty, thanking God in advance can be a source of comfort and strength. It reminds us that we're not alone in our journey and that God is actively working behind the scenes on our behalf. Even when we can't see the way forward, we can trust that God is leading us toward a brighter future. As we cultivate the habit of thanking God in advance, we also inspire others to do the same. Our attitude of gratitude becomes a testimony of God's goodness and faithfulness, encouraging those around us to trust in His provision and to live with hope and expectancy. Thanking God in advance is a powerful spiritual practice that aligns us with His will and prepares us to receive His blessings. It's a declaration of faith and trust in God's goodness and provision, even when we can't see the full extent of His plan. So let's cultivate an attitude of gratitude, knowing that God is always at work in our lives, preparing blessings beyond what we can imagine. Thank you for watching, and may you be blessed abundantly as you trust in God's unfailing love. One of the beautiful aspects of thanking God in advance is that it fosters a sense of peace and contentment in our lives. Instead of anxiously worrying about the future or dwelling on past mistakes, we can rest assured in the knowledge that God is in control. This peace surpasses understanding and allows us to navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. Moreover, thanking God in advance helps us to maintain a positive perspective, even in the midst of trials and tribulations. When we choose to focus on God's goodness and faithfulness, we're less likely to be consumed by negativity or despair. Instead, we can face adversity with courage and resilience, knowing that God is working all things together for our good. Thanking God in advance also fosters a deeper sense of intimacy with Him. As we express gratitude for His blessings and provision, we draw closer to His heart and experience His presence in a more profound way. This intimacy strengthens our faith and empowers us to live with purpose and passion. Furthermore, thanking God in advance cultivates a spirit of generosity within us. When we recognize the abundance of blessings that God has bestowed upon us, we're inspired to share those blessings with others. Whether it's through acts of kindness, generosity, or service, we become vessels of God's love and grace in the world. Thanking God in advance also serves as a powerful antidote to negativity and complaining. Instead of focusing on what's wrong or what we lack, we choose to dwell on the goodness and faithfulness of God. This shift in perspective not only lifts our own spirits, but also impacts those around us, creating a ripple effect of positivity and joy. Moreover, thanking God in advance helps us to break free from the trap of comparison and envy. When we acknowledge God's unique plan and purpose for our lives, we're less inclined to covet what others have. Instead, we learn to appreciate and celebrate the blessings that God has specifically tailored for us. Thanking God in advance also empowers us to overcome fear and uncertainty. When we trust in God's provision and guidance, we're able to step out in faith and pursue our dreams with confidence. We no longer allow fear to hold us back, knowing that God is with us every step of the way. Furthermore, thanking God in advance cultivates a heart of humility within us. Instead of taking credit for our accomplishments or boasting in our own abilities, we recognize that every good gift comes from God. This humility keeps us grounded and prevents us from becoming prideful or self-reliant. Additionally, thanking God in advance helps us to recognize the blessings that we often take for granted. From the air we breathe to the relationships we cherish, every aspect of our lives is a gift from God. When we pause to express gratitude for these blessings, we develop a deeper appreciation for the richness and beauty of life. Thanking God in advance is an act of obedience and worship. Throughout the Bible, we're encouraged to give thanks in all circumstances and to offer our praises to God continually. When we choose to thank God in advance, we're honoring Him as the source of all blessings and declaring His goodness and faithfulness to the world. Moreover, when we thank God in advance, we shift our focus from our own desires to God's will for our lives. Instead of simply asking for what we want, we align ourselves with God's purposes and trust that His plans are far greater than anything we could imagine. This surrender allows us to experience a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose as we walk in step with God's divine guidance. Thanking God in advance also fosters a sense of resilience and perseverance in the face of adversity. When we encounter obstacles or setbacks, our gratitude serves as a reminder of God's faithfulness and provision in the past. We're encouraged to press on with confidence, knowing that God is with us and that He will never leave us, nor forsake us. Furthermore, thanking God in advance empowers us to live with a sense of abundance rather than scarcity. Even in times of financial hardship or uncertainty, we can trust in God's promise to provide for our needs. This confidence frees us from the grip of fear and worry, allowing us to live with generosity and open-handedness toward others. Additionally, thanking God in advance strengthens our faith and trust in Him. As we reflect on His past faithfulness and provision in our lives, we're reminded of His unwavering love and care for us. This faith sustains us through the trials and tribulations of life, anchoring our souls in the hope of God's promises. As we come to the end of this video, I hope you've been inspired by the transformative power of thanking God in advance. We've explored how this simple yet profound practice can shape our outlook on life, deepen our faith, and prepare us to receive God's blessings with open hearts. By cultivating an attitude of gratitude, we not only honor God, but also experience His presence in profound ways. I encourage you to incorporate the practice of thanking God in advance into your daily life. Whether you're facing challenges or celebrating victories, Take a moment to pause and express gratitude for God's goodness and provision. As you do, you'll find that your perspective shifts and you're able to see God's hand at work in every aspect of your life. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please consider subscribing to our channel. By subscribing, you'll stay updated on our latest content and continue to be encouraged on your journey of faith. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and share it with others who might benefit from its message. Together, let's spread the transformative power of gratitude and faith, trusting in God's unfailing love and provision. Thank you for watching, and may you continue to walk in faith and gratitude, experiencing the fullness of God's blessings in your life.